right, it is time for some science. And remember, we've been talking about topographic maps. And I don't see a picture of a topographic map, but I should keep in my head that topographic maps have those contour lines. They look a little bit squiggly. And the closer they are together, the more steep the hill, and the further apart, the more gentle the slope. And so I'm going to keep all those things in my head because they might help me while I'm solving this. Okay, so we're going to be thinking about how are we going to follow a map to stay on the same elevation. We're talking about topographic maps. The map has this number written on the small contour line with a cross. Ooh, remember that, contour lines and crosses. If you remember, the cross told us that that was the top of a hill or a mountain. And then what could Jenny ask about reading a topographic map? What's a question that she might have about the map? And what is another way the topographic map could be used for the hike? So these are some things we're going to be answering. But before we do that, we're going to read this little blurb here, and we're going to be looking at this picture a little bit. Here we go. Jenny is hiking with her family. They want to stay at the same elevation, that means how high it is above sea level, the whole time. They are using a topographic map to help them. Okay. What should they follow on the map to stay at the same elevation? Roads, hills, contour lines, or rivers? Definitely contour lines. Remember, these topographic maps do not show roads and they do not show rivers, and the only reason that they show a hill, or the only way that they show a hill, is based on how close or far away these lines are to each other. Okay, so we can't really follow a hill on the map here. Number 2, the map has 280 meters written on a small contour line. I'm just going to make that up right here. Just make it up. 280 meters with a cross inside it. Ooh, so maybe it should have gone here. That looks better. What does it mean? Okay, so are we talking about hill, a valley, a river, or a canyon? Well, if it's the cross, we know that's the top of a hill. So probably this one, but we're going to keep looking. And then is it talking about how high it is, how deep it is, how long it is, or how wide it is? How high, because we're talking about elevation. Okay, so how high something is. So definitely A. Number 3, what could Jenny ask about reading a topographic map? You could ask lots of questions here, anything that you're not sure about, or anything that a child who's reading one of these topographic maps might not know. So let's think of some things we could ask. Maybe, what do the lines mean? Can we see, see, that should have a space in it. I'm sorry, I got a little excited. Trees on the map? How do you know how tall things are or how high things are? Anything that has something to do with the topographic map, you can choose. These are not the only correct answers. Any question that you have about a topographic map should work. If you have a question about a topographic map, or you want some help and you want us to check and say, yes, that is perfect, or let us know. Any question that you have, please let us know. And then number 4, what is another way the topographic map could be used for their hike? Okay, they wanted to follow and stay at the same elevation, but another way that this topographic map could be used for their hike is to avoid the really steep parts of the hill, maybe. They can avoid, that means try not to go where it's really steep. One reason you might want to do that is if you're getting really tired, you know, it might be easier to walk for a longer distance instead of up and down a really steep hill. Okay, they might want to try and see the highest mountain. They could use the map to find the highest hill or mountain. Okay, it should have something to do with the steepness or how high it is or something along those lines, because that is what a topographic map is used for. Again, if you're not sure and you want us to check it for you, send it in the comments and we will do our very best.